Guys, welcome back to part 2 of my thumbnail series. In this one, I'll be briefly explaining how to add custom textures to your skins. This one will be a little bit longer than the last one, so make sure to stay and watch till the very end. This video, it's obviously a bit more complicated, but you will need some other things, not just these 3 programs. You're obviously going to need Photoshop. You're going to need a copy of it because you don't really need it. You can use any other editor. I don't know what other ones. I've only ever used Photoshop before, but I'm sure there's other editors out there. Such I think there's like some called PixArt. I'm sure people have some way to make thumbnails. So if you're watching this, you should have a way. So I'll leave some links if I find something in the description, some free stuff for you. But I will advise you get Photoshop some way or another. I'm not advising you crack it, but if whatever way you got it, you can. So anyway, with Photoshop, you're gonna have to have Photoshop, and you're gonna have to have the same programs as last time. And I still have it open. I still have the Renegade Raider, but we're not gonna use it because it's bad. I don't want to use it. I really don't want to. So what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna get rid of the bolt action sniper. This happens whenever you remove it, so you just gotta delete it twice. And I'm also gonna get rid of the Renegade Raider itself. Yeah, okay, it's gone now. So we're gonna be working with the Dark Bomber this time. So obviously, as you can see, we have the skin here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a custom t-shirt. So I'm going to probably edit the top of his t-shirt here. And with these type of skins, especially with the Dark Bomber, you kind of got to go with the theme. So as you can see, she has her glyphs here. So you can't really paint over them because the glyphs will shine through. So you need to make sure you follow that exact line. I'll explain it when we're in. But how you get the textures off the body, so once you force in from the last video I showed how you can get the skins in here, and once you have them in, you just need to go to shading, which I'm already in. You want to drag this little thing up here, and you want to go to this little tab, and go to shader editor, and then you want to click on the skin. Click on it. Okay, so this will bring up something called a node, and what a node is, it basically lets you edit the textures of each skin and each part. So luckily you should already be on the body. If you're using my pack, it should be directly on the body. That's what we need, but you can get other pieces like the hair, the head, other random things. So we're on the body, and the one that we need is called this one up here. It's the _D. The _D is the main texture you need for most of these. It's basically the only one you'll ever need to use. You don't need to use any of them. So I'm going to unpack this item. So you're going to have to press the unpack item beside the X. Just press that and right file the current directory. So click that. Okay, then once that's done, what you want to do is you want to go and find where you have the skin directed. So I have it in here, and I should have it in Fortnite Model Pack V2 3D. Oh no, it is actually in my graphics folder, so I'm thinking of the last tutorial. So Fortnite modeling, Blender only, and then it'll be Octane skins and then textures. So basically it will go, say you're using the Dark Bomber skin, so it will just make a folder within your model files and it'll have textures. Okay, so now this is the one I just, obviously I have already my custom team passive one for my team. We're just not going to use that. I want to show you actually how to do it yourselves. So okay, so here it is. I think this is it. Dark Bomber body. Okay, it's a TGA. This won't show up. This is just a Photoshop version of this one, but this is the version you need. So you're just going to double tap it. Photoshop automatically detects that, so it opens them up directly within Photoshop. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm just going to grab this is easier for me to do. You don't need to do this. It's not essential unless you have done this before. Sorry about the noise, but unless you've properly done this before, you won't need to have a drawing tablet. But I have a drawing tablet because I do this a lot, so I'm trying to get into it. So, but down the line it will be good if you invest in a drawing tablet, but right now you won't need it. So basically what you want to do is you want to kind of find the areas that you want to edit. So what I usually do is I usually grab the shirt layer and I kind of copy it. So I try not to touch the gray area down the bottom. Now this is only referring to the Dark Bomber skin. It will be different for other ones, but all I'm saying is Dark Bomber, this is where her glyph is. Her glyphs are all down here, and same up here. So you want to make sure that you grab whatever pieces here that you want. obviously you can edit, you have the entire body here. So you can edit the entire thing if you want, but I usually just touch the top because I think that looks the cleanest, and then you can just leave the rest. So I press copy, and obviously with this you can be really lazy, you can do whatever the hell you want because you have it down there. So sometimes what I like to do to start it off with, sometimes I like to, you know, mess around with the hue lights, do whatever I think would look cool. Yeah, I could set it, but that's not what I'm trying to do today anyway. I'm actually trying to show you how to make a custom skin. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to grab my pen. I'll make an extra layer on top of that, and I'm simply just gonna paint this white for a sec. So what I just do is I usually just drag all the way across. So I know it looks messy, but you'll see what I'm gonna do after. Unless you use Photoshop before, you'll probably know what I'm about to do, but most people don't. I'm basically just gonna clip this on. I don't know if this will be on other free software, so you'll probably have to be very nice, but on Photoshop, if you do that, and then I can basically clip it by holding left alt, and I can clip it onto that mask so it just goes in there and it's basically stuck to that layer. So this is the t-shirt that I'm editing. I usually like to put the opacity down so I can see exactly whereabouts I'm getting it. So from this path on, I'm just basically going to time lapse this of me making my skin. How it's going to be very basic again, kind of like the last tutorial. Very basic, nothing too hard. That what you want to do is you just want to, I did a basic design, I had to do a time lapse, sorry, some noise was going on in the background, so I decided to time lapse it. But basically once you're done that, I just did a basic design. It's pretty simple. You can obviously do is much better. You can spend hours making your design, but what you want to do is you want to press file, save as, save on your computer. I just want to save it somewhere, so I'm going to save it in textures. I'm going to name it vid, and you want to save it as a PNG. Press save and save. So next what you want to do is you want to go back to Blender, and you want to go to the D here. You want to press X, then open, then textures, and then press vid. So now as you can see, you have your custom texture on the dark bomber. So yeah, what you can do now is obviously you can add so much more customization. Obviously it doesn't look good at all because it was only a 2-second design, but And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go check the camera and make sure it all fits. Wait. Drag her over. Fit her into the camera. Click a file, render image, just to show you how it works. Oh shit, you need to be in this. Yeah, you can never render in this, by the way. It doesn't allow you. Go render image. There you go. Sweet. Yes, as you can see, it works. You have everything. I'm actually gonna show you really quickly as well. If you go around the back, when you press here, I have my little text on the band. Yes, so as you can see, I have my little text here. It works really well. It's really cool. You can do, there's multiple things you can do. You can obviously paint over the glyphs, but it won't look as good. You may as well just leave them. It just looks better like that in my opinion. But obviously try and make them fade will look a lot better, but I was just showing you how to do it all. So you can change anything. So yeah, that's all for today, guys. I won't render this out. This won't be in the thumbnail because it just will take too long. But yeah, that's all you need to know for this anyway. I think for my next video I'm going to show you how to make jerseys, because I think that's another big thing that people like to do, and I'll show you how to customize the textures on those too. It's basically the same method, but a little bit harder, takes a little bit longer too. Sorry if this video was kind of confusing, there was a lot of noise going on in the background. I had to time-lapse a good bit of it, but I gave you all the information you needed to know. It would be good if you knew a bit of Photoshop basics, how to use the pen tool and things, because that would help you out a lot as well. It's really up to you. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.